Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, September 12th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I take time to value and notice my inherent holiness. And just be with yourself for a moment and hearing Mufasa and James Earl Jones. Remember who you are. Some interesting astro energy coming up today. When I first looked at like the write-up, not the write-up, but I always look at the transits for the day. I was like, oh, there's not too much going on. And then I looked at the chart and I was like, oh, we've got some stuff going on. We do have the moon finishing up in Leo today, preparing to move into Virgo. And that's where the majority of the action is happening. We have the moon connecting with Lilith today, and we have the moon trining Eris and the North Node today. We also have a connection to Uranus. So, moon making all the strong connections today just to shake us up a little. So I don't know how your Monday was. Mine was like, whew. And most people I talked to had that kind of day too. So just know you were not alone in it. These connections with the moon brought up something. It's been on my mind, to be fair. There is a book called Dying to Be Me by Anita Moorjani. And I actually got to see her and meet her when I was living in California, when I went to the retreat at the Chopra Center, which was an amazing experience and led to me wanting to do retreats because it was such an amazing experience. So the premise of her book is she was dying from cancer, and she literally died. She was to that end point. She was on the other side talking to her deceased relatives. And then she came back and had a miraculous healing. And she realized through her healing that there was so much that she was doing that was pleasing to others. So this has been on my mind because I have had a close family member recently diagnosed with cancer. And it's just been on my mind to share with them. But it feels like this astro energy. As the moon connects with Lilith and Eris, and Lilith and Eris connect, Eris is that discord. And I think, truly, these energies of discord that I'm like, hey, notice when it's coming up. These energies of discord stem from where we are not being true to ourselves. Now, I'm not like, hey, just be true to yourself, guys. It's so easy because, especially growing up in the family I grew up in, so many rules. It was a very New England family, very proper upbringing, and I've come far from it, and yet I still see those places where those foundational energies still have a hold on me, still have a grasp on me. They're still sticking. It's like trying to get off like the sticky material from a sticker. It like lasts. You really got to get in there, right? It's the same thing with those early days. So we all have these places where others' morals, rules, regulations, thoughts on what should be take hold. The early conditioning. Here we have at the top of the cards, the conditioning. Now, Eris is like, this stickiness is uncomfortable. Get it off me. I don't like it. And I think that's part of this North Node Eris connection, is recognizing these places where it's like, ugh, I don't like it. I don't like this thing about me. This isn't really me. This doesn't feel aligned. And Lilith is like, you don't have to sit there with the stickiness on your hand. You can wash it off. You can move through these places that's not going your own way. That's not doing your own thing. That's not honoring your truest energy. Connecting to the inner child, this Leo energy, is a big piece. As I pull my hair sideways, my hair, which is my representation of inner child, it's like, I don't want to brush my hair today, so I didn't. So that felt nice. But we're moving through. My hair is the mahalo right now. My hair is like, nah. Anyway, we're moving through this energy. We have a brief moment of Yod. It is very brief because Pluto and Neptune are moving kind of outside the Yod degrees. Yod degree goes within a 3-degree orb, but we're going to have a temporary Yod. And loving yourself where you are, but also loving that true, whole, holy, wild, rebel self is also important. Like, really love that you within that needs to be released from the shittinesses. I was going to go somewhere with that. Well, Moon and Uranus. The Moon and Uranus are squaring to start the day. What a fun way. So Uranus is going to be like, I see you in there. I see you in there. Are you going to release that part of you? You're like, I'm trying. I'm doing the work. It takes time. And that's all true. So give yourself time, but hold space for loving that part of yourself. And again, take looks at the child. Take looks at things that got you in trouble. I got in trouble for exuberance a lot. Just a little too boisterous, a little too exuberant, a little too, say what's on my mind. Those are all pieces of me and pieces that I need to honor. Yeah, some of them may need to be refined, right? But there's something to it to be looked at, to be moved through. The moon is going to go void, of course, so we may have some lazy cat. You really may feel a little off, a little exhausted. I heard that from so many people today as well, Monday when I'm recording this. Be good to yourself. I think that we're in such a time of learning to be ourselves come what may, and learning where we need to stand up and be so true to ourselves that sometimes it may look like rebellion, but it's not rebellion when you're being true to yourself. That's, I don't know what the word is. That is agency. That is authority. That's personal authority. That's integrity is what it is when you are so true to yourself. So keep that in mind, because this astro, there's a reason why it's very spicy and pulling on all our cords. Now, I love that the conditioning card is coming hand in hand with the healing. And so it's a reminder, you're doing the work, you're doing the healing work. The healing card is also a card of emotional energy. So recognize if there are some emotions from your inner child. Your inner child is you when you're 2, your inner child is also you last week. If there's places that you need to process where you shoulded yourself to the destruction of parts of you. Moment to moment. Take it easy on your soul. This is just, it's intense energy. And we got the moment to moment with the slowing down. So like I said, kind of a lazy lion kind of day. That's okay. We've also got the burden. The burden's in reverse, but I think the burden is all those voices of who the world wants you to be. Those voices of who you've been told you should be, how you should behave. And that's a big part of it, is being able to release the authority of those voices into your own agency. So that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better gets, the better gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and hear it in Mufasa's voice. Remember who you are. Namaste.